It is a Bruin Brotherhood. 2026 for UCLA is definitely a reset year. The expectation is bowl game, and I predicted that we're going to win 9 games. So if we can meet somewhere in the middle there, I'm assuming it will be considered a successful year. Are people coming for us saying that we're not going to be that good, we're going to be trash? They are. And I'm going to cover that a lot more. Fall camp has started. They're back on campus practicing. And UCLA Athletics did another video. And that video is called Bruin Brotherhood, an all-access look at the new era of UCLA football. Not only is this a new era of UCLA football, I'm calling this the Bob Chesney era inside the Big Ten Conference. Let's get it.
When we're standing here in late July, looking out on the start of fall camp, and then you look back at the last 7 months.
Okay, so this is a production. Man, this right here is cool.
The greatest place in the world to play football. That is not a statement. That is a living, breathing organism that you got to feed every single day.
Talk to him, coach. Let's go. I like this already, man. I'm excited.
People that are passionate about not only this game, but life.
We want to be that team that guys go against and they feel them all the way through the game into the fourth quarter.
Let's go.
It felt good to just see everybody on the team excited to go play football again. It has to be the most physical, relentless, tough brand of football on the planet.
Why is this the first time I've seen something like this from UCLA?
We go out there and compete with anybody on a Saturday night. So I can say, wait and watch. Press play.
Bruin Brotherhood presented by 3 Day Blinds. Okay, let's go. Van Nuys Airport, December 8th. Okay, so this is not that new. But this is good. This means they took their time. Day 1, Coach Chesney getting off the plane.
It's an exciting time to be a Bruin. The UCLA football program has their new leader. After 16 successful seasons as a head coach, spanning 4 levels of college football, Bob Chesney is ready for the bright lights of LA.
Really just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for this opportunity, and just know that we're going to get after it pretty quickly here. And I look forward to meeting every single one of you in the very near future. But really proud to be here, and I can't thank you enough. Go Bruins.
Welcome to Westwood, Coach. Let's go. 4 is up.
You just give him a 4. So you don't remember, the senior said if you score 18 points in a basketball game, I'll buy these for you, and they were $82. And I scored 18 points in a basketball game. I've never seen this.
On top of packing up his family and preparing the JMU Dukes to play in the first round of the college football playoff, Coach Chesney's to-do list is long. First up, introducing himself to the young men he'll be tasked with leading.
I'm really excited. It's a big day, so you don't want to see me, but I'm just honored and really excited for this group because I'm here today to introduce your new head football coach, Coach Bob Chesney.
Look at Coach Chesney, man. He sat there for a second and he just took it all in.
That's really the question you're all going to have to ask.
It's the way it should be.
Answer, actually, right, is what do I want? And that's your decision. That ain't my decision. That's going to be your decision. What do you want? Right? And the minute that you answer that question is the minute that the work begins. Right? Those that decide to stay here, though, will be part of something special. Right? They'll be part of something extremely special that I will bet you a lot of people out there say we can't do. But they said the same when I went to JMU.
Thank you.
Right?
They're still saying the same shit,
How
Coach.
can you make the 12-team playoff? And here we are. Right? They'll say the exact same thing from the previous place I was at. That team hadn't won in 20 years. It's impossible to win there. Academics are too high. The location, whatever it is, all the things that come with it were the excuses. You don't look for excuses. There's 1,000 excuses every day. You need one why, one purpose.
For some, finding a purpose can be challenging.
We're coming across the same issue. Oh, I'm not going to believe it till I see it. I get it. But they said the same shit everywhere this coach has been. Trust the process, you guys. Go ahead and lock in.
For Coach Chesney, his purpose was formed in a small Pennsylvania coal mining town, 2,700 miles away from Westwood.
I definitely don't look like
where do you
Westwood.
start? Obviously, at the beginning, I think it's important to know a little bit about my past, and that's that, I grew up, my father was my high school football coach, and every really male in my life at that point in time had something to do with this high school football team in a small little coal mining town in middle of Pennsylvania. And I knew that's what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to coach football, and I went on and played college football, and then it was time to get a job.
Crap.
When it was all,
He played the same position I played. DB. Let's
landed
go.
at a private military college up in Vermont for $5,000 a year, and that's really where the journey started. And I had to just earn my way through all of it. Eventually, fortunate enough to become a head coach of a Division III school, and then we were successful. And after that was over, I had a chance to go to Division II school, and we were again very successful in places that nobody ever thought you could win. And then I went to an FCS school that hadn't won in a very, very long time, and again had success there, and then transitioned to a place called JMU. And then the first year we won our first ever bowl game, and then in the last year,
trust the process,
went into
family.
the 12-team playoffs. So that led to, I think, UCLA.
You don't get coaches like this all the time. We need to
The
be
University
excited.
of California, Los Angeles is the most applied to university in the world, and for good reason. Sitting at the doorstep of some of the most desirable real estate in the country, this campus is a foundation for excellence. It's that foundation that gives Coach Chesney the belief that great things are possible for this program.
And then when I was looking and this, UCLA popped up, I started to do my research. And I said, man, just like being in Newport, Rhode Island, the people in this town of Los Angeles and the people that they'll have a chance to meet could change their life. But then you said, okay, well, how was the academics? Well, it's the #1 public school in the country. And I looked and saw all the winning that has happened, the most national championships or second most national championships in the world at this moment, right? So I used this term the other day, and I think it's very important. I said, when we have a chance to bring someone to this school, right, they have a chance to breathe some pretty rare air. They are surrounded by greatness every turn. Every single turn they're surrounded by greatness, right? So we are one good football team away from being the most dominant athletic department.
Keep saying that, Coach.
Country. All the things I really loved about those other schools, from location to alumni to mentorship to life after football, all wrapped up in one here at UCLA. So I think to talk about the alumni and the mentorship,
let's go Troy Aikman,
public school in the country, and the playing in the Big Ten and all those things, guys can certainly actualize their dreams not only on the field but also off the field. And I often tell them it's not about the 17 or 18-year-old you that's making the decision. Keep in mind the 30-year-old you, and then eventually the 60-year-old you, and are you setting that guy up for success? And I believe that you can do that here.
It'll be hard not to run through a wall for him.
In my coaching career, I started to think about, I would reflect back to my college days or my high school days or my little league days or the days when I was around my father's teams. And I'd often think, what made the great teams great that he had? And it often came back to this idea of, it was the people. It was the best teams were filled with the best people.
You love your teammates, you care about your teammates, but play hard for the next 11 periods. We good? Here we go. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That gave you a pretty good idea that if you're not in it just for yourself, if you're in it for the team and you're willing to sacrifice and give, those were things that you had to do. So I knew that right away, becoming a head coach, that was an important part of it. It took me to the D2 days that I really came up with this idea of attention to detail, positive attitude, urgency, and relentlessness. And then again, what matters here? What do we need to make sure shows up in here? It's this: attention to detail, positive attitude, urgency, and then attack it with a relentlessness. Any successful person in the world has these 4 attributes in their life, right? They pay attention to all the little things because they know there are no little things. They stay positive regardless of what they're going through in life. Everybody's going through something in this room,
right?
But ultimately it's about, I'm staying positive. When I get out on that field, I'm affecting my teammates in a positive way, and then I'm attacking it with everything I got. And if I don't succeed somewhere along the way, it doesn't matter, because I have this relentless nature about myself that will go back and pursue those 3 over and over and over again. So this isn't just about football, this is about life. And that's important to understand this as you attack that every single day.
Let's go, Coach.
He doesn't have any bad days. He attacks every single day the way that I think it should be attacked, right? And the way that he's able to bleed into the players and able to really show the players what it is to be successful. And that's the reason that you start coaching for the first part. And I think that is, his #1 goal when it comes into this, is that he wants to show the players what a positive and what a good, successful future is about, and how do you get there.
What do you want? Right now, whatever you want, now you can start to build your life and your habits around what you want, right? You have to make a choice. After you make that choice, you have to fight every single day to protect that choice.
The coaching staff have important choices to make as well. It's January. The transfer portal is open, and Coach Chesney and the recruiting team have to build a roster.
Okay, we haven't seen this yet.
Lucky
This
for
is
the
new.
Bruins, he knows what he's looking for.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, well, I think it starts with the idea of first you got to start with their ability on the field,
Okay.
their competence and their production, and then you move from that. You move into, are they good people? Are they people you want to be with every single day? We're going to go on a pretty tough journey here, right? And we got to make sure that we got the right people in the locker room, people that truly care about each other, people that truly care about this team, and people that are willing to get better every single day of their lives. That's important, and you could feel that on someone when you sit in a meeting room with them. Are they entitled,
Wayne,
or are they excited, right? And there's a big difference between the two of those things. And I felt like we filled this with not only the competent players, but those of high character. And not only that, also add in the fact that, you know, they were energetic and loved life. I think when you start there and you truly love life, you're going to be wildly successful on and off the field. And that's what we were looking for.
You definitely brought in some good kids.
With dozens of roster spots to fill and a limited time to do so, one of Coach Chesney's first hires was general manager.
Oh,
After
man.
spending the last 4
And this was
seasons
a
as the
really
GM
good
of
hire,
personnel
too.
at Florida State, Derek Ray made his return to his home state of California.
Four's up. Let's go, Derek.
The joke I use, I generally manage.
You've been crushing it
seems
too,
like
bro.
a specific manage question, but I think when you look at the ever-evolving landscape of what
He was
college
here
football
before
is now,
Chesney
there's a
got here.
financial component to it, right? There's also a fit component too. We want to make sure we're attracting the right student athletes that are going to fit UCLA football, the campus, the community, and the greater Westwood area, but also understanding it's our job to make sure there's a competitive team on the field and we're chasing championships, right? Not being shy of saying
We're chasing
that. So
championships,
when you look at building
family.
a roster and getting
And
enough
we're
of
not
those
being
foundational
shy
pieces,
about saying
you have
it.
internal evaluation,
Let's
so really
go.
knowing what's on your team, the external evaluation, which is what exists out there, how you can improve, right? The customer service aspect, which is really the recruiting arm and functionality that our staff does a phenomenal job with.
Guys, good morning, everybody. Want to welcome you guys to the official start of our official visit over here.
Everything that they do is very deliberate, very specific, and accustomed to them to make sure that everything feels easily addressed. I kind of make, the comparison. It's like an all-inclusive vacation, right? So when you're sitting there and you show up, you want to make sure that you're having the best time of your life every moment that blue carpet gets rolled out when they come to Westwood to hang out with us, whether it be a practice, whether it's an event, whether it's another sporting event, and making sure they're the fit for the right reasons.
The message from the recruiting department is clear. They're not selling anything.
Nope.
They're presenting all UCLA has to offer.
Let's get it.
When you get into location and what UCLA is, you're in the best location in the world, in my opinion.
I agree.
You're at the footsteps of Bel Air. Sunset is your northern border. You're 10 minutes away from the beach. You look around, there's all kinds of...
And that's why I say we should stop losing kids to places like Minnesota, Wisconsin. These kids need to stay home, but we have to win on the football field to get them to commit to that.
Trees, feels like you're in the middle of just a forest and a park and a venue, but at the same time you have access to every bit of what LA offers, right? As far as connections, as far as community, as far as support. And so our job to build winners, because LA loves a winner.
It
was good to hear Derek Ray talk because he hit it right on the nail. You could tell he's from California because LA loves winners. If you're not winning, they're not going to support the team the right way. You're going to always have people like me, diehard fans, and people like you. But for us to get that LA fan that just wants to be a part of winning, you got to win. That's the first thing you got to do.
Today's era of college football, as important as it is to recruit new talent from across the country,
recruit or die.
retaining the
I
talent
love that.
already in
I
the
love
building
that.
is just as crucial.
There's a lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights. I was lucky enough to be out here in middle December, shortly after Coach's introductory press conference, and to get a feel and an understanding and meeting everyone on the ground. And
it truly helped
us,
us, him being here
maybe coming
so
back
early.
and meeting with as many individual stakeholders, movers, shakers as there are. And the biggest piece for us was making sure who was going to play quarterback.
That's how they locked Nico in so early.
UCLA's quarterback this year and quarterback of the future.
Right, setting down the right path with Nico coming back and announcing his return to UCLA. right? That was piece number one and domino number one to fall. Then we start continuing to build out the staff, building it out with the right pieces. There's over 60 new players that we brought in that January cycle, from whether they were December high school signee or a transfer. And so when you're looking at that volume, every piece starts to complete the puzzle a little bit more, right? And every little bit as we got it going, right, started to complete that picture. And I'm excited for what this team is going to continue to build.
Me too. Let's go. Let's get it. Big Ten Media Day.
Talk about Bruin football and obviously a new head coach coming in with Bob Chesney. Each of you tell me what feels most different right now versus, say, a year ago.
A lot.
I mean, dude, just going into the season and just having a coach that is full of energy and enthusiasm, that is trying to, shift the program and bring in, a new culture. It's amazing. His experience speaks for itself. So being able to have a coach that will be able to teach us and, show us the way, of a sense, allows us to go out there and trust the process.
After last season,
well said.
It was a tough one. We went through it last year.
We did too, Cole.
Not doing exactly how we thought we would. Not even close to how we thought we would. Sitting there in that portal about to hit the portal, and I was just like, I don't want to do that.
We never heard him talk about this.
I want to be at UCLA. I want to play in the Rose Bowl. I want to, see what Coach Chesney has planned for us.
How are you? How you doing, boy? Tell me what you
Morning. Yes, sir. Nice to meet you. Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
They said you'd be smiling.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
He has his mindset on winning. He has his mindset on turning this program around. He has his mindset on, falling in love with the program just as much as I love it, or Nico loves it, or Rod loves it. Being able to understand, we could really do something special here.
This is it. Where else would you want to be? Look at this place. Where else would you want to be? You can't be another better place. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, for me, it was really just that talk with the head coach, because every part of the program, it's all a reflection of him. So when I had my talk with Coach Ches, it was like, okay, yeah, this is it.
I've said it multiple times, multiple different interviews. I think Coach Chesney is such a good leader of men. When it came to making the change and getting out here, it wasn't very difficult because he's a winner and winners win. As soon as he got here, he started changing things immediately. The program stacked up immediately. He got all the guys everything they asked for, and everybody could feel the presence of Coach Chesney taking over a program. And I felt that at JMU. I'm feeling it again here. There's not really a doubt in my mind that he's going to do the exact same thing.
That's good. We need him to do the exact same thing.
He's a very genuine human being. We'd be stretching him before practice, and he'd come, Sam, you doing all right? I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing good, Coach. I said, how you doing? Oh, you don't have to worry about me, Sammy. I'm doing perfect.
Coach Chaz, you look quiet today.
Don't worry about me. That's the thing that I told you before. The rest of your life, you're going to worry about people. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, there was this old guy, remember who coached me once? You're going to forget their names. And you're going to probably be like, what, that old guy, remember he coached me over there at UCLA? And you're going to eventually remember his name. And you're going to be like, I wonder how he's doing. Don't worry. Do not worry. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
That's our head coach, family.
Standard as well. He has a great mix between being a good person and then being a tough coach as well. So it's a really good in between.
That's exactly what we need.
The guys really appreciate it, and I see why everyone on the staff really trusts him and really reveres him. He's a good leader.
As competent a leader as he may be, Coach Chesney will be the first to tell you, he can't do it alone. In order for this program to reach its full potential, it needs an elite coaching staff.
Let's go.
Keep the energy high. React, right? How are we going to respond? Family on me. 1, 2, 3. Step replace, step replace, step replace, step replace. Right? You got to step replace. You're just shuffling. You're shuffling. Go.
Control him. Yes. Keep having fun. Every time somebody catches a ball or dumps somebody out, everybody on the sideline.
I'm so glad Colin Lockett stuck around.
Not a lot to work with. I'm going to make it something to work with. Run through the smoke. Here we go. There you go. Make sure you edit that out. My wife don't know I do dangerous stuff at work. It's about to be live. We about to play. Understand? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Big Soto is bringing the heat.
Now we banging. Yeah. Hey, that's a good period. If we're going to be the physical dominant person on this team, we got to do it right now. Ready? There it is.
It's all about the trenches, man.
Don't be mediocre today.
Don't be mediocre.
Fight the urge. Get it to him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's talk again. Let's talk again.
I need to get back out there.
Championship rep. Good. Good job with your eyes.
Your eyes went, the ball went there, your eyes went there. Your eyes went on the ball the whole time. Good job.
Good coaching.
Mentality drill. I ain't calling no pressure. We're stopping the fucking run with mentality.
Let's go.
Good. That's it. That's it, Zero.
Bro, let's get it, dog. Finish effort. You control that every play. But it starts with our technique. We don't have a chance. We don't deserve the football if our technique is bad. It starts early, all right? Be clean with your technique, right? And then compete.
Yeah, you're going 90%. You ain't going 100. You ain't going 100. You ain't going to trust you to throw you the ball. Run a route like you want to win.
Do your job, do it well. Have your eyes in the right spot. I like a little pop. There we go. Bang. There we go. Good. Let's do it. There you go. There you go. There we go.
In the meantime, it felt good to be out here. Hell yeah, Cole.
Shout out to Leegee, man.
There's a loyalty that I have to guys that have been loyal to me.
Definitely.
And I think that's important because I think that gets lost in this day and age. I see a lot of head coaches move on and they're good enough for the job, but none of their assistants are. So it started there with what guys want to come, what guys can come, what guys can afford to come, what guys can't. So that was part of the initial part of it. And then I also understood haven't been out on the West Coast. I don't have enough West Coast ties. Those are all things that I had to start to grow. So the idea of getting out there right away for me and meeting a lot of these people and beginning those relationships was important, but I needed someone to help me connect those dots. And that started with D-Ray, who's been a West Coast guy a lot of his time. And then after him, we started to really diversify the staff, make sure that we had guys, that have a lot of West Coast ties in it, that are great football coaches and even better people. Those are all important things. And I think that's just kind of how the whole thing starts, this is who is at the nucleus of this, that wants to come with me, that I have to be loyal to. And now how do we make sure that we build the staff the best to represent what this culture will be at UCLA?
And corners going to lock them receivers down, baby.
Hey, you know what? I'm only doing this for the camera, otherwise we'd be fighting right now. Get the damn hands off me.
If you spend enough time around college football
DB coach, wide receiver coach, let's go.
Relationships are everything. For offensive coordinator Dean Kennedy, his relationship with Bob Chesney, which as of late has consisted of touchdowns and championships, started with a pen and paper.
Yeah, so it's interesting. When I was a young GA, one of my mentors, he told me to write cards, handwritten notes to every single coach that I wanted to create a connection with. And so I ended up writing him a note a year before I linked on with him. And he was one of the few coaches that actually responded to me with another handwritten note. So I wrote, I believe it was like 290 something cards that year. And there was 2 guys that responded and he was one of them. And then the cool part is he wrote back with a note just saying, hey, I looked you up. I saw that your family has a charity. My parents created called Christmas in the City, a charity for the inner city, less fortunate. And he ended up donating to that charity. And at the same point in time, my brothers and sisters had created a charity for my father who passed away from ALS in the name of him and to raise money for ALS. And he also donated to that as well. So it was such an interesting for someone. We didn't know each other. I had never met him in person. And for him to respond back with that note, then saying, hey, I looked you up and I donated to those 2 funds, I thought was really cool. And as fast forward, it really spoke towards, who he is as a person and why I wanted to work for him.
Definitely. That shows a lot of character.
A place that you feel like is family and you feel like is a place that is aligned with your beliefs of how to treat people, of how to do work, of how to, handle the players, of how to be a member of the community, of how to support other teams. I think the people that, are assembled on this staff and those that came with me all believe that same thing. And have been at other programs where that has not been important.
Good.
And I think they found one where they feel
because
like
they got an opportunity to see it now.
Found one that they believe they helped to grow. So I think for them, this is an exciting opportunity for them to come up to this level at an unbelievable place, and again, trusting that this building is going to be filled with unbelievable people, not only the staff, but also the players. And I think when you have that and you get to love going to work every day, not only because of the work you do, but the people you do it with, I think that has a lot to do with it.
Well said, Coach. Let's get it. Inglewood, California.
We out here at the Yes Academy.
Let's go.
Can't wait
in
to
the
go
wood.
inside and read to the kids. Very excited for this opportunity we got today. Floor's up.
Good to see him in the city.
Spring was done in the weight room,
the
on
city
the
of
field,
champions,
and in the classroom. The Bruins also put in effort in the community, strengthening the bonds between the team and the people that support them.
we are ultimately part of a community. We are obviously the largest team here, so there's strength in numbers, but that could be used for negative or it could be used for the positives. And we want to elect to use that for the positives, not only on campus, but in the community as well. But that's an important part of, I think, what these young men have to do to understand they're part of a bigger picture, bigger community, and not only taking from that community, but also giving is a really important part of what this team's built on.
You know that. Let's go. Let's get it.
Supporting the community can take many forms. Sometimes it means trading in a helmet for a coaching hat.
Okay.
Man, we out here coaching the sorority girls, man. Bruins, ex-Bruins.
What a day is. First play, we taking that J to the bar.
I'm head coach. I really do this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I want you to remember this. I'm so serious. My team winning it all. I've been waiting for this. We gonna have the best team. Just watch out. Just watch out.
Man, this type of behind the scenes it's beautiful to watch. I mean, this chemistry, this family building.
From you. I'm taking your style, coach.
Taking it serious. Because day one, and the only day we're doing it, we gotta win.
Wait, what's the position where you don't have to get to the lobby? Defense.
We're gonna celebrate after every play. There's nobody here. After every game, that's everything. We turn it up.
Go.
It's gonna be fun.
G5 on me, G5 on 3. 1, 2, 3, G5!
Okay, she got moved. We might gotta sign her up.
Yeah. We got the Chiefs playbook from Madden.
First down. We got screen passes, fade balls, slants. We got plays in.
Let's get it, man. Watch this. Watch this.
For businesses of all sizes, T-Mobile is reinventing business internet with super broadband.
That's fire.
That's how they respond, man. That's how they respond.
I'm telling you, it's good to see this type of footage coming out of UCLA too. Trust me.
I'm going against Broderick Pleasant, man. He is over here trying to cheat to win. He's doing whatever it takes to win, and I'm not letting it happen.
They out there running plays. Look at that. Whoa. Are we tackling?
That's a physical ball. They got to put whole uniform on after that.
Okay. Oh, what is that? Is that legal? Interception, let's go.
The ref can't stop him. We do the camera. The camera right here.
Hit this backflip real quick. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. 4 is up. Okay, that was interesting. That was really
good. In order
good.
for a program to win in the Big Ten, they need to be physical.
Yep.
They need to be fast.
Yep.
And they need to be strong.
Let's get it.
Chris Grotsky is entering his 19th season as a collegiate strength and conditioning coach.
How long has he been with Coach?
His 13th seson as a member of Coach Chesney's staff.
13 years?
It is his task to get the Bruins in fighting shape for the 2026 campaign.
Do you even have to show up for finals, being from Harvard, or they just say, no, you don't got to take it?
Check me out. No, I have a final today.
Good Cavs! Did you hear how loud it was in the JMU Stadium when you ran that touchdown back in the championship game? Could you could you feel it or no?
Oh
yeah.
You cannot tell me that Drew don't look like he'll put somebody on their
I believe that
ass.
you cannot be a good football program without the weight room, because you're eventually gonna run into a team that has an outstanding weight room culture, right? That's been built over time. We want to be that team that, you know, guys go against and they feel them all the way through the game into the fourth quarter.
I like that.
In the slide zone, right there. Stand
stand tall, proud chest, show no weakness, show no pain. And it's an edge that our players have going into every game. And it just gives you belief, right? When you get stronger, when you get more powerful, when you get faster, you then believe more. And then you're going to have a better outcome on the field. Good rep, good rep, good rep, good rep.
13 years with Bob Chesney, man. That says a lot.
Down, up.
Now, Coach Grotz, he likes to lift, and I love that. Making me stronger, because when the body's stronger, you can do whatever you think.
Let's get it. Get that work in.
And making sure that your body is as strong as possible, and then on the field, a lot of change of direction, start, stop, and make sure that you're as quick, as twitchy as possible. So that's also a really big plus. But that weight room has been a really big emphasis, and I really, me personally, I enjoy that.
Good. Get that work. Get that work.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest part of the weight room, belief-wise, is that we want to keep mobile areas mobile and stable areas stable.
Okay.
Right? So the body is built in mobile and stable areas. So when we write a program, we try to enhance the mobility of ankles, hips, thoracic spine. We want to enhance the stability of your balance on one leg, your knee stability, your lumbar spine stability. That's going to change the proprioception. Do we know what proprioception means? All right, how your body is perceiving what's going on. So, just as an example, everyone take your right forearm, close your grip. Now grab your right forearm with your other hand and feel how that feels. Now pretend like you have a fat grip and close on the fat grip. See how that changes into your elbow? Right, so it's going to change your elbow, it's going to change into your shoulders.
I'd say Coach Grotsky brings the most knowledge to
I just learned something.
His game. The way he breaks down our workouts and our habits and practice, following his plan has made me so much more explosive, and in my football just made me like a more well-rounded athlete, where other experiences I've had, I was focused on strength and lost some speed, or I was focused on
I didn't know Gobert could move that quick. That boy is ready.
Let's go, Riley!
Oh, that's Riley Robel. My bad. Shout out to Riley.
Right when they
he was picking them up and putting them down.
Get thrown into the workout. We don't go into the racks or handle barbells, dumbbells until about the 25-minute mark of a workout. So they come in. We start with mobility. Then we get into soft tissue work that we use softball for mainly, and that's another 7 minutes where they're talking to their teammates. They're catching up.
Tune in with Julian Armella. Oh my goodness, that boy over there. Look at him. He's right over there smiling. That boy's moving weight today.
Then we go through a warm-up. Then we go into core and plyos. Then we do something explosive, and then we get into using the barbells. So I think it builds. And then the coaching staff that we have, we're all very positive people, right? And we're going to be uplifting to them. We're going to be very defensive of them and, be their biggest supporters. And I think they know that, and they're willing to do more when they know that we have their backs.
Definitely. And that's what I'm bringing to you guys. I'm going to be your biggest supporter, and I'm going to uplift this program every single chance I get. We're going to stay locked in. Bob Chesney is going to do what he got to do out there on the field, and I'm going to do what I have to do right here to make sure us UCLA fans show up and show out for the program. Let's get it.
All I have for you today is this. Either you hate losing so much you're willing to change and grow, or you hate change so much, right, that you're willing to lose. Okay? I don't know where I read that, but it popped in my mind this morning when I woke up. All right? So you got to be willing to grow and become a better version of yourself every day. Right? Who's quieting that voice today? Anybody quiet that voice a little bit? It's in there. It's telling you to stop. It's telling you you can't go anymore. Your brain is what's going to shut down your body long before your body, right? You can go more. You got to be able to give more every day.
Having a coach like that, having a coach that is so focused on the little details is something that really brings us to that next level. It's something that I've taken as a challenge. I've taken as something that allows me to, better myself every single day.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. We want to create an environment that the kids want to come to every day. The work's the work. It's always going to be there, but it doesn't have to be miserable, right? So, we're not going to be militaristic in certain ways. Like, we're going to be regimented. We're going to have a lot of attention to detail, but they're going to enjoy the environment that we create for them. Hey, so right now, your job is to find 10 different teammates and dap them up. And remember that you are not in this alone. All right, find 10 different teammates.
Cole Martin is just like a ball of energy, man. Look at that. This is the reason why UCLA feels different, family, and it's starting from the coaching staff. Let's get it.
Nine weeks
Man, that
of
was
hard work have
intense.
come to a close. And now before the Bruins head on spring break, that work will be put on display.
As you look at the week on here, all right, you are right now on the 9th, and then moving ourselves into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, max testing, which should be electric environment when you're down there.
In a city filled with showmanship, a Coach Grotsky Max Week fits in just fine.
Smoke alarms.
Shout out to Max Week.
Shoot, so the first college was Worcester Polytechnic Institute, a Division III high academic in Massachusetts. I had a buddy that was a police officer. I asked him if he had any old sirens for the top of the cars and all that. So they gave me a bunch of stuff. I plugged it in there and turned the lights off. We put a projector up, and that was the inception of it. And then fast forward 2 colleges to Holy Cross. We hired a DJ and got the smoke machines and the lights, and JMU, we did the same thing. And here, this was probably the most over-the-top one I've seen in the best way possible.
DJ Punches, UCLA's test day, let's go!
Let's get it. Shout out to Westwood. Shout out to the Big Ten Conference. Let these boys put this work
Create
in.
an environment that mimics the feeling of game day. Nothing's going to match these 100,000 seat stadiums and what that does to the body. But this is the closest thing in the off season that we're going to get to it, and we want to be different than everybody else.
That's
We're not
weight
trying
right
to,
there.
Be the mainstream status quo. And I think our guys dig it. Every school we've done it at, it's a great environment to put them in.
Max Week. Let's go. Come on, Sahir. Hit that max right there. Up, 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 up. Let's get it. You gotta love it, man. If you're not loving this, then it's a problem. Lock into your internal Bruin.
UCLA football. If the weight
Bears, baby. 4's up. Let's go.
Competition.
The real
is the gasoline.
California Bruins.
And in the months of February and March, one competition was at the top of everyone's minds: the Bruin games.
So as we go through this, all right, first couple things is we'll do scoreboard.
Oh, I haven't heard of this before. Let's see what we're talking
At
about.
the top here, I is in the lead now with 9. Right, second place is N. This was based on your team names being voted on by all of the support staff and coaches and everybody else. All right, so team I, iron sharpens iron, took the lead already with 9 points. All right, so just understand that.
Yeah, so we divide the team up into 5 teams, and this is a great time for us to see the leaders and try to put people in positions of leadership.
Okay.
So we take the 5 strongest guys on the roster and match them up with the 5 fastest guys. So we take the subjectivity out, and we're very objective about it. Sometimes those guys end up being your best leaders and your captains. Sometimes they don't, but we don't know until we try. And that forces them to have to communicate within their 5 teams. So we'll compete the entire time. There's about probably 15 competitions, weight room wise, field wise,
everything from the way
Man,
they keep their locker
that's
room
exciting
to
right
community
there.
service to class checks to grades that they get. And then we keep an overall score for each team. And then we keep an overall team roster of every point that every single guy has. We have a top 10, we have a bottom 10, and we just continually put those things out there for everybody to be on the same page to truly understand where they fit on this team. All right, top 10, here you sit. Okay, again, top 10. And let's just remember this, right? The pattern is the proof, right? The pattern is the proof. The pattern
is the proof, right? If you're wondering where and how, the pattern, right? Finishing high in all these, finishing high over here, and putting yourself in a good spot over there. The bottom, the pattern is the proof, right? So the pattern here is the proof as well.
Competition is the lifeblood of a program. So we want to make sure we're putting them in situations that they have to communicate and that they have to either win or learn. And that's what those, 5-6 weeks of winter is all about.
The how and the compete.
You definitely don't want to be at the bottom.
Decided. It's the how you do it and the compete that matters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Look at these boys, man. Here we go.
That's awesome.
That event.
They're definitely making it fun. This is exciting for me.
The entire team for the season. We did it the first time at JMU. It reflected immediately. The guys that were the top 10 on that point scoring board is the same guys that performed the highest that season, and the same thing happened the following year, and the same thing's going to happen this year. I think that Bruins games brings out the competition in everybody, and everybody.
It definitely should. You don't want to be at the bottom.
People compete to be the best at life, and I think him finding that competition and pushing it onto the team he's creating just brings an expectation that everybody knows they have to meet every day when they come in.
Preach.
We need a little more. We need more. We need more.
See, this is what we brought. This is what I'm talking about. This is not your average head coach. You just brought in a system. You brought in experience. You brought in a winning mentality. So I see it. I know you see it. The fact that Bob Chesney is here to change the program, he's changing the program. And it started day one. Motivate your team. Let's get it.
And you were on the winning team this year, right?
I'm always on the winning team. team men on top. That's not even a question. Come on.
Okay, here we go. This is just so you see how close this was, right? That is how close this was. What do we talk about all the time? Right, especially on both sides of the ball, really, the air is thin, right? The margins are thin. They're that thin. You go back and watch that Dodgers game, right? The World Series, right? The final game. And
shout out to the Dodgers. Let's go blue.
How close every single thing was, right? You're talking about inches. You're talking about inches that are having one team hold up a trophy and the other team not. That's how thin the air is.
So the air is thin, and victory is sweet. And savory.
Man, they eating good out there in Westwood. Look at that.
This is actually my biggest goal of the year, so this is the biggest night of my life.
And it all culminates at the end with what we call a winter dinner. And the winter dinner we just had the other day, which was steaks and shrimp and all this stuff for the winning team. And the other guys had chicken fingers and hot dogs. And that was their deal. They had to sit there and watch.
Good job,
guys
coach.
at the front of the room.
Make it matter. Make it matter.
I'm Team B, also known as the Blammers. But today, man, unfortunately, we Team Glizzy, man. Unfortunately.
And I think that was really, important for us to be able to celebrate that team because we are, again, focused on a lot of competition and winners, get a chance to hold up a trophy or get a little bit more recognition. So that's what that whole thing's about.
It was fire. He got the steak on. He got all these crazy courses and stuff. I saw some guys eating chicken fingers and hot dogs. So I know we were on top over there, Team N,
I really felt that we won, and, we ended up getting, it wasn't bad food. It was some, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, pizzas, and it wasn't, corn dogs or what you call it.
But it wasn't steak, Nico.
They had a nice
it wasn't steak.
But we wasn't worried about it because we knew we really won.
Nah, don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. If you were eating steak, then you won.
And Coach Chesney can already see roots starting to take hold.
Yeah, well, what I saw was there's, the core values we have here, attention to detail, positive attitude, and urgency. It takes a lot of time to get people ingrained into that thought process. And I thought here, man, this was the fastest I've ever seen people attack every single day, attack every single opportunity, pay attention to all those little things, and just absolutely unload everything they got on a day-to-day basis. So it was important to establish that culture. It was important to establish the competitive nature at which we were going to attack things, and also just the flow and the rhythm and the urgency at which we need to do things.
But you're never, ever preparing for a lesser matchup. You're preparing for the most violent, brutal matchup of all time. That's what you're competing for and preparing for every single moment of every single day.
Tell them,
How
Coach.
you're training your brain right now as you attack. We good? Yes, sir.
All that foundation, was laid not only with their bodies in the weight room, but on how we're going to do it. Everybody lifts weights. How we're going to do it is going to be different than a lot of other places. How we're going to max out is different than a lot of places. How we're going to do our winter conditioning is different than a lot of places. And the next thing you know, all of those things, though, are the building blocks that set us up for practice number 1 that's coming up here tomorrow.
4 weeks, 15 practices, 15 opportunities for the Bruins to improve. Spring ball is here, and it's time to set the tone.
Spring ball went by so fast.
Where you're attacking it every single day, right? Not this. That is not who we are. We're not a bunch of sheep in a field laying around looking a bunch of different ways, right? We're lions that are on a mission, making sure we understand.
We're lions that are on a mission.
There really was. And you
Man.
talk about the first day of practice, you could feel it from an energy standpoint.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
It's that time. Let's go. Ain't no more talking. We about it.
No one better than this team. Go win today.
We came out with the energy, excitement that I haven't seen in a long time. It felt good to just see everybody on the team excited to go play football again.
Those boys out there putting in that work.
Right, overall, it's a good day to start off that way, right? The intensity of it, the game with it was really, really good. Your effort was really, really good. But there's a whole lot of things that got to get better. But what do we say at the beginning? Right? The fastest way to start winning is stop doing what losers do. Stop doing what losers do. Let's go.
Bring it in.
Great work, boys.
Bring it in.
1, 2, 3.
Just on the same page here, not one of the practices in the spring will be the same as the other. So we'll have 15 practice and every single one of them will be different. And that's all part of because this is a game that is, you don't know what situation you're going to find yourself in, and you have to adapt and overcome, understand the moment and the situation you're in, and then utilize your tools to execute successfully. So those are all things that we want to put them in as many different situations as we possibly can.
See, that's that experience. That's experience right
We're about
there.
to go live. After the initial contact, whoever's feet restart and is lower wins. Okay? Trying to creep in right now. Average is trying to creep in. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen.
It's not so much what we do, it's how we do it. And I think you have the opportunity to truly isolate the idea of how we do it at many different parts in practice just based on the way we structure it.
Although each practice is different, you can bet on one thing. There will be competition, and there will be a scoreboard.
Compete.
Here's where it sits. 4-1. All right, 4-1 in here. So when you get here, now you have the pit. That's already one. Team run. That's
I love
a chance
this.
to score. Wide receiver DBs.
Creating that type of competition is important.
Team at the very end.
Because I would never want to be on the bottom.
Let's make sure we understand.
Every single day, there's something going on.
Good.
When we have practice, we are competing in 3 to 4 periods, and those periods are everybody watching. Everybody stops what they're doing. They focus on that one.
Wow.
They're focused
That's
on
insane.
those 2 people that are going against each other.
Pete. Man, Bob Chesney got it figured out. This is amazing. This is locked in and ready to go.
One-on-one where the whole team is watching to make sure that you know that you're on the island, because sometimes you're going to be on the island.
You get out there on game day and that whistle goes off, it's time to go. So I think he has a great way to, get us on go mode at the beginning of practice and all the way throughout practice. So It's very high competition.
Yeah, it is.
Level trash talk.
Yeah, it is.
It's something that truly sets us apart.
You building that team chemistry out there right away.
Go out and watch practice, and they're just so excited to get to the compete period. They're so excited just to watch us better ourselves and do it with complete energy, passion, enthusiasm.
The ultimate team competition is this game of football. And I think, to me, anything that might happen on that field, I want it to be tested in fire long before we ever get out on that field. So it's important to put guys head to head and let guys battle and let those competitions just continue to grow and know that everything we do, we're trying to keep score of. So you went through all of spring, offense against defense, right? And then with your concentrate on this, you end up in this situation of
The defense won. Shout out to the defense, man. I got some love over there. Let's go. They only won by 1 point, though, so it was close. Wow, 1 point.
At the same time, I think competition allows for failure. It allows you to take that, the whatever you did out on the field, and
take your loss.
That's not just me as a person. That's an action that might have happened on the field, and I have a chance to remove my emotion from the motion and focus on what I got to do to get better. But we all need it. It's a growth mindset, and we all need to have successes. We all need failures. I use it all the time, but the leading cause of success is well-managed failure, and the leading cause of failure is mismanaged success. Every opportunity. Let's go. Move on to the next play now.
There's about 67 plays in a football game. Well, if you lose one of them, that's not the end of the play. We have to quickly move on right to the next play. And I think there's just so many lessons to be learned when you're constantly having a practice and a program that focuses on the competition aspect of it.
Compete today. Compete. Let's go.
I think that just comes from me. I love this game. I want to be a part of people that are passionate about not only this game, but life. I want to give them a platform and a space to exercise that and have a chance to just constantly compete, battle with each other, and then walk off that field and be some of the best friends, that you could ever imagine. And that is ultimately what I think the best teams are able to do.
Well said, Coach. These guys going to be ready.
Also score points, and lots of them.
Let's go.
Dean Kennedy's JMU offense finished top 10 in the country in scoring in 2025. And he's hoping his recipe for success tastes just as good on the West Coast.
That's it. Good. That's it.
Yeah, the way we want to explain our offense is to be an explosive offense. And I think there's a lot that goes into that. When you talk about explosive plays, it's talking about 11-on-11 execution, but it's also talking about relentless effort across the field.
And we need to throw the ball downfield.
We're going to block our
I like hearing that word explosive.
You know what I mean?
We talk about the ball carrier is not the one who creates an explosive. It's the person, all of the 10 people on the football field.
Good pickup! Hey, that's a great pickup. That's a great pickup by you, man. That's big time. That is big time on that pickup.
Big time.
Hell yeah, baby. Pass pro. Give us time to give you guys the ball.
That was one of the main goals in how we get there, right? How we transition from drill, how we run after when the football is caught, how we turn up field, how we burst through with the offensive line, how we break the huddle, right? And kind of this mindset that every time we do break the huddle, we're going to create an explosive play. And, there were some really good weeks where each day we were getting a little better, right? Just a little better. And that's really, when you look at it at the end of spring ball, that's what you want to see, right? And you want to see mistakes that you made on day 1 that don't exist on day 15.
Good. There it is. Good. Now, he's on perfect. He's on the line. Read it to run. If you can get that, man, that's big.
By position, I think the position groups have been doing a good job. I think, when you start with the running back room, you're talking about Jet. I think he's done a great job of
I'm excited about the running back room.
Stuff that he might have lacked from the previous year. And Coach Stewart did a great job of laying those things out of what he needs to improve on.
Good. Eyes up, reduce. Be ready at any moment to get the foot and shoulder down.
Wayne's been a part of this offense now. This will be his third year being a part of this offense, so he kind of understands the expectations and the standards with that piece. The cool part about the tight end room is there's been a lot of people that have proven a lot of different things, right? And same thing for some of the people like Noah, who was here last year. There's a lot of things that we told him that he has to improve on to see some playing time. So you've seen him, right, compete at a very, very high level. You've seen Josh Pfeiffer compete at a very high level.
Put that pressure on Noah, man, because that kid can play. And he can catch.
Practice, we had Lofton make 3 unbelievable, contested catches, right, and winning his one-on-one matchup. Talk about the receiver room. You see a lot of different body types that can do different things. You talk about Samaj and Mikey as your slot receivers who have really stood out just in terms of seeing that you could tell they've played a lot of football, right? You go to the outsides between, Aiden, you talk about Brian Rowe. Same thing with Landon, that he has done a lot in this offense previously, so he also understands the expectations and standards. But, then you go to the offensive line. I think the interior unit has done an unbelievable job between Riley, right, Sweezy. You talk about BJ. You talk about Julian, right? I think those kind of 3 guys or 4 guys in the middle have really anchored.
Man, that's where it's going to matter for us.
Perspective.
Hey, 3 down.
That offensive line got to come to play.
Just the O-line and how they communicated, they stepped up big time for me. And just us all being on the same page, I think I've definitely grown more. Our relationship has gotten stronger over these past couple months. And then receivers too, I think, just having a relationship where we can, just come to the building and watch film together or, break bread. And Brian Rowe really stood out to me. I think Landon Ellis stood out to me. Samaj, Mikey Matthews. So, there was a couple guys that stood out to me, and, I definitely look forward to this season.
Nico Iamaleava is heading into his 4th season of college football. The talented signal caller is eager to take a big leap in his first full offseason as a Bruin. And the strides he has taken this spring have been noticed by everyone.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. Nico has to have a big year.
Nico has done a great job this spring. I think every day you can tell that he just wants to get better. He's been very impressive in the standpoint.
He's going to go as far as that offensive line
taking. He
taking.
kind of crosses that off his checklist, and he typically doesn't make that same mistake twice.
You haven't seen 3 down. Stop. You're good. Lead the ball. You got me?
Yep.
He's improving because he's thirsty, right? He's thirsty in the best possible way in terms of wanting more knowledge. He wants to be coached. He wants to learn more. He wants to have extra film across the board.
Nico, what'd you say? You got my back or no?
As we went through, we did a leadership council votes, and it came back, and the guy at the top of that list was Nico.
Of course.
Let's go, fun, man. Let's go, man. We gotta start executing at a high level. Let's go have fun.
Obviously, playing the quarterback position and him being who he is important. So I went back just yesterday and I looked up all of the spring practice just to see, all right, what are we going to get from him in spring? What's he going to be like? And I didn't even realize he wasn't even here. I forgot that he wasn't here for last spring. So he went into that year really being, showing up, I guess, in July with a couple weeks left before camp started.
And still got out there and played.
That's a tough situation. Then on week 3, the head coach is no longer here. And then all of a sudden the offensive coordinator is not here. Just a tumultuous, tough, year to go through. But I gotta imagine he's one of the guys that kept this thing together, because that's what the team felt about him. And then I watched him, at the beginning try to figure out where do I fit in with these new guys? How do I do it? And then there just became this growth that happened on a day-to-day basis with him through winter
leadership.
Through the weight
you can't teach that.
Into the OTAs we had out there, and now going into spring practice.
Let's go offense, are you ready? Let's go defense, are you ready?
Yeah. Hey.
I guess
go.
You can say I'm a vet now, so it was kind of.
You are a vet, Nico. We're proud of you, man.
To take that next step, and I definitely feel way more comfortable speaking out to the guys, and
good.
I think they, we all earned each other's respect.
Let's go, let's go. Give me one. Give me one. Give me one. Give me one. Drew. Connie, here we go. Hey.
It's good to see the kid having fun too, man, because they came down hard on Nico.
Spring ball maybe for me was when I had that moment. You know, you're working out with the guys in the weight room, and you can't really get on the football field yet. So when I seen what we had when we get on the field in the spring, I think it just opened my eyes on how much potential we have and how good we can be.
Hey, this is where the real ones show up. You know that, right? This is where the real ones show up. Like we said before, when it gets a little challenging, 1 is I could quit, 2 is I could complain about it and say it sucks, or 3 is I can say that's just a price. That's just the price that it takes, right? Love it.
Coach Ches is bringing in that great energy and to make us believe we can do anything. I think he's brought that belief in, and everybody believes in our program. And yeah, man, when I lay my head down, I truly believe that we go out there and compete with anybody on a Saturday night.
Hey, listen up. This is how we're starting practice right now. Right behind you 5, right behind the tight ends, right behind the receiver. For you, let's go. Start practice right now with a different type of mentality.
I think UCLA comes back setting a tone of run the football, and we're just going to line up, just ran the football straight down the field.
Who is 52?
16 play drives.
That boy is big.
Wear teams out. I got to be a part of it last year. It's one of the most exhilarating things.
I told you guys, we're going to run the football, and we're going to do it 60% of the time. A lot of people don't understand that's the way Bob Chesney coached, and that's what they did at JMU. And it's been successful. So why would he not do the same thing at UCLA?
Feelings in the world when this guy that was giving you a fit at the beginning of the game all of a sudden stinks, and you're just running through his face every play. It's like a game-changing moment, and then you guys start to win by 30 points. And I think that's the identity of this team, punch people in the face.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. Punch him in the face and let's get it.
That both sides of the ball can get behind. And for defensive coordinator Colin Hitchler,
we can too.
If there's a fight to be won, he'll be the first in the ring.
Let's go.
Widen your feet out, 90. Widen your feet. Hurry up, cocktail. Get him on.
I learned from uncle who owned a bar in Philly, right? Like the best way to lead is pick up the chair and tell someone to grab a chair with you. It's got to be a very hands-on approach, and right in that huddle with them.
You got to lead by
example. Players got to
man.
feel the energy that you have with them.
Clear communication, backers. Here we go. Boom.
I'm telling you, to be Hitch is to be a different person. He expects a super high standard. And if we fall under that standard even a little bit, he's going to make sure that we know we fall under the standard and bring us right back up.
We got to be the toughest on the team. Lead. We're getting you tired to get you tougher. So be tougher.
Coach Hitch is one of those guys who I'm just going to challenge you to just be better every single day. He has 3 pillars: compete at everything, brotherhood, and unit strength. Those 3 pillars are something that he challenges each individual every single day. Coach Hitch has done a great job of just expecting the best out of everybody. And once you achieve that best, he has a new standard for you. And, that's something that I haven't had in a coach in a long time.
Come on, don't be last. Beat his ass.
Getting peak performance out of guys is a very difficult task. And, I got to try to maximize my own personal peak performance and bring other guys with me along the way and fight for every inch and bring that toughness that probably comes from the wrestling background that I have and maximize our potential to our fullest. But it's a lot of fun.
No easy way out. It's all tough day. It's all a tough guy day. Here we go.
Yeah, what the Bruin Bullies is a brand, right?
I love that.
Brand is
Bruin Bullies
and everything, a brotherhood.
We need some gear.
Strength, and then just some fundamentals that we've believed in for a long time. And if we can build that brand strong, everybody knows what a quarter pounder with cheese tastes like. Wherever you play us, gotta be in a parking lot. You're gonna know what it's like to play the Bruin Bullies.
Get it. Hearing him talk like that, man, that's a breath of fresh air.
Relentless and physical. Because if you're playing against a physical defense, you can have as many good talented players as you want, but it's going to be a long night. And I want every offense to be like, okay, dang, we got to play UCLA defense. It's going to be a long night.
Ooh, the boys out there hitting. Let's go. Stay aggressive. Bruin Bullies. Look at that. Boom. If you're not pumped up,
so I want that type of relentless and physical.
I don't know what to tell you.
To be remembered, and this to be established right now.
Let's go.
When you think about the heart of a defense, middle linebacker typically comes to mind.
Sammy
And
O.
at the heart of the UCLA Bruins defense is senior Oklahoma transfer Sammy Omosigho.
Nah, let it start, baby.
Man, I did not realize Samuel was a senior.
Let it start, baby. Come on.
We got some real good seniors on this team, family.
So that same with that quarterbacks, the standard.
Now I see why they trust him so much.
As well, like we have to make sure we have all the checks. We have to make sure that you're the smartest person on the field.
Back up. Hold your head. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
He might get a 5th year too.
Alert spot.
If he don't get a chance to go to the league right away, imagine him back at UCLA for a 5th year. Wow.
Come on. The D line's trusting me. My other linebackers are trusting me, and the back end also trusting me.
And we trust you too, Sammy.
Together, so it's just
don't forget about us fans. We trust you too.
Knowing that with the responsibility comes a lot of blessings. Because shoot, who doesn't like playing linebacker? Linebacker elite.
Hey, set the tone. Come on.
Good job, Samuel. Kept him out of that end zone. Compete.
Alongside a host of talented transfers,
man, it's good to see Teo back there too.
Multiple key
I want to see him on camera.
Season, including redshirt junior safety Cole Martin.
I love football. Here you go, bud.
Go get it.
One of the biggest things for me is just wanting to see this team win, wanting to see UCLA at the top. So whatever that took for me to do it, I was willing to do it. It kind of fell into that role of where I'm a lead by example type person. I'm one of those guys who will be the first in the building, who will work the hardest, who will be vocal when needed.
Have a day. Let's do it. Have a day.
That's obvious about Cole Martin. We can see that.
Always there for the teammate when they need to talk to somebody. Always there to be that shoulder.
We can't forget that last year was his first year at UCLA.
Like it should be something where you take
as a player.
Out for, like Julian said, looking out for your brother. You trying to uplift your teammates so we can get where we trying to get together. You feel me? So let's do it all together.
We definitely starting to see why certain people are captains.
Running to the ball, giving 110% effort, just because
you can't teach leadership.
What I love to do, and it's still in that.
Either you're a leader or you're not.
You love it, enjoy it, and go 110% in it. Coaches have said the best teams are player-led teams, and Coach Chesney is one of those coaches, and we are a player-led team, and being able to execute that on a day-to-day basis is something that's going to separate us from the rest.
Though not many guys have played for UCLA in the past, a lot of guys have played a lot of football, whether it be Sammy at Oklahoma or Malik at Ohio State or Scooter and Rod and Cole at UCLA, and obviously you got a core group from JMU coming over. It adds to a locker room of knowing what it takes to get it done. And they all come from different backgrounds, and that's what makes football the best team sport in the world, is gelling together as a team and realizing that everyone has individual experiences throughout their time, but together we're going to make a really special season.
Definitely. You got Cole Martin, you got Sammy O. Imagine both of them talking to the defense the way they do.
After 4 intense months of lifts, sprints, practices, and progress, it's time for the Bruins to put their work on display.
Let's go.
And what better place to do it than the greatest college football stadium in the country?
There's a ton of history here, and you got to understand.
I'm glad they got an opportunity to go to the Rose Bowl at night. It just amplifies the experience. Look how beautiful that place
on the shoulders of everybody that came before you in this place.
You dream of playing in places like this. I think it's a privilege to be here right now.
The best stadium in the world. Yo, I'm at the Rose Bowl right now. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. It's gonna be fun.
Good morning, UCLA Nation. We are live at the Rose Bowl. The Bruins 2026 spring game about to get underway. A lot of anticipation building for the last 3 months all culminates here as a new era is unveiled.
Not only a new era, the Bob Chesney era inside this Big Ten conference, baby. Bruin Bullies.
It's our last chance.
You already know what the word is. I don't gotta say too much.
Shout out to Mikey Matthews too. I'm looking forward to him having a breakout season.
There's
only one way that this game gets played.
Swing it out right.
They got to put this spring game on TV, man. We got to be able to watch this.
Interesting here, Coach Chesney rolling out Mateo Orozco. The true freshman puts his leg into it. It's high. Does it have the distance? Good from 50.
Wait a minute, that was the freshman?
Field finds his man, tosses one-handed grab. Ryan through. A huge block, gets free. Punches it in at the goal line. Hit it.
Woo!
Like offense looking to extend their lead. Nico fires. Like
When's that first catch gonna happen?
Somewhere here. See this blue box? Somewhere in there.
Right where you said it was going to be. Oh, we got a fumble. Look at Madden.
How about this? The 2026 spring game coming down to the final play. It is do or die for the white squad. Dippenbach takes the snap, looks end zone. Ball game. Blue team wins. Logan Hyru on the coverage, and that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. The blue team takes home the 2026 spring game. 24.
Man, that was good. This was a production. This was exciting. This is the reason why I do what I do, family, because I want us to understand what UCLA football is.
In moments of duress that fail, that start to protect only themselves, don't look for anybody else, only care about what they have and what they have left, that fail. It's the teams that constantly give to other people that never ever feel it. They never feel the stress. They never feel the fatigue. They never feel those things that those other teams feel. The other teams are busy looking at themselves. You're busy looking at everybody else and giving to everybody else. If you assemble the right group of people, right, that are maybe positive in nature, that are, I said it before, but just have this, love of life.
Talk to him, coach. Talk to him, coach.
That attracts other
Look at coach.
that you find within this locker room. They go down there. Anytime I go down there, they're smiling and they're laughing and they're having fun off the field. Then they get on the field and they are fierce, tough competitors. And they get in that weight room. They are fierce, tough competitors. Everywhere they go, they are that. But then they're close together at the same point in time.
Samuel, what
are y'all doing?
What did you think was going to happen with them guns? Come on, bro.
I feel that's a very important thing in any championship team, that a team wants to make a run. You have to have a team that's full of brothers.
Man, that just knowing that he's a senior, it just makes me look at him differently, family.
It's okay with relying on people being vulnerable.
It's something about seniors. I get excited when we have them on the team.
There's a vulnerability that's allowed to happen here. I don't think people protect themselves and are afraid of being laughed at, if that makes sense. Like if somebody does something a little off, I think they have a group of guys that are laughing with them, not at them. And there's a big difference there. That comes from a true inner confidence, a true inner peace, a true ability to allow yourself to be vulnerable in front of your teammates, which also allows those connections to get a little bit deeper. And that's what I've noticed amongst this team, is that there's a lot of guys that are cut from a very similar cloth. There's a lot of guys that see the world in a very similar way, and I think that enables them to be comfortable around each other, and to be open around each other, and I think that continues.
Those boys out there having fun, man.
Shout out to all my guys, man. Hey, right here, they working hard, bro. They got a bliss future ahead of them because they working hard, bro. It's a great team, bro. You're whacking.
Let's get it, bro.
You're whacking.
Let's get it.
Catch, listen to this guy.
Definitely grown.
Man, he proud of his son.
I say last year, I think just last year, we were a little divided. So I think when Ches came in and, you know, just the energy he brought, you know, just us being around the building more, you know, allowed us to get closer and build that bond.
So we need this group collectively, the coaching staff, you guys, right? Find a way, we're good. Get in here and get a break. Everyone get in here tight.
One of the first slides and one of the first exercises we did as an offense was talking about the brotherhood, and we called it B squared for Bruin Brotherhood. I think the biggest thing, they bought into each other, right? They bought into the program, but they bought into each other about learning more about each other, learning people's why, learning where they came from and how everybody has a different background.
Oakland right there. Hey, that's Oakland, California. Remember that.
When you create these meaningful connections, you're willing to give a little more on Saturdays because you're working for the person to the left and right for you, not necessarily for the coaching
Preach.
staff or the program.
I'm telling you guys.
Being able just to work together and hang out with each other, spend time with each other, it really brings our brotherhood together. It really allows us just to have a great, tight-knit relationship that will go beyond football, will, you know, last a lifetime. So I'm excited for what we can do on that field, and I'm excited for the bonds that are going to continue to form after the ball.
This is a great environment for these young men to play in.
And then when we're standing here in late July, looking out on the start of fall camp, and then you look back at the last 7 months, what do you hope this team has accomplished?
Well, I hope that we continue to come together and become the tightest knit, right, most intact team in America. We kept them healthy. We practiced properly. We did all the right things that we're supposed to do, right? Tightest knit, most intact team that plays the hardest is the team that often wins. And those are things that aren't even backed by any scheme or by any statistics. Those are things that they control on a day-to-day basis. And it's important that that's what we look like as we're about to put that ball on the tee as we roll in this start of camp.
Let's get it. It's here now. It's time to go.
It's a full year of trophy and trophy case, and you're halfway home. Right, we talked about that earlier, but you are halfway home. This next half is the second half. From right now until we get to game number 1, how great could I be? That's the question, right? How great could I actually be in everything I do, right? Decide what you want to be. No excuses. Go be it.
Shout out to UCLA.
About the DNA of this
Shout out to UCLA Athletics.
It has to be to play in the league we're playing.
I almost said that too fast.
The odds that maybe we're up against, like it has to be the most physical, relentless, tough brand of football, you know, on the planet. That's really what it has to be. And right now, that's what these guys have to be able to prepare for. That's what these guys have to be able to understand, is that this is not an easy game. It's an uncomfortable game, and it's a very challenging, tough, not only tough mentally and physically, but emotionally. All those things have to be tested, and we got to put them in situations where they could understand that they can gain confidence and they could be allowed to succeed, allowed to fail early, so that they could eventually, you know, understand it's just a matter of time, right? They're going to win the game.
Yep.
It's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time.
I've been part of a lot of games, you know, where we've been down early and we've been able to come back and win, and that's all part of, you know, understanding that we'll never give up. And I think that's the thing for me, this relentless, physical, tough brand of football is what must be played.
Putting the football team on the forefront and presenting the entire football program this way is important. Recruits are watching this. Haters are watching this. We are watching this. And we're moving in the right direction. If you made it to this point, make sure you click on the next video that just popped up on the screen. Subscribe to the channel. It's really going to help push this UCLA content as well as the channel. UCLA Football TV, hosted by Westwood 739. Fours up.